afternoon, everyone. On behalf of TRL International Business School, I warmly welcome our respected faculty members and dear students of BBA in the Integrated Second and Third Semester to today's online expert session. Today's session focuses on a very important and practical topic: process and innovation development, technology readiness level, and commercialization of lab technologies and tech transfer. It is a privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person, Dr. Ishu Singhal. Dr. Singhal holds a PhD in nanobiomaterials from Jawaharlal Nehru University and has a strong academic background in biotechnology and nanotechnology. He is also the co-founder of Meditech Private Limited, actively working in the field of innovation, research recommendations, and technology development. Some of his key achievements include multiple patents, India and international, in nanoscale technologies, recipients of prestigious fellowships such as CSIR SRF and ICMR Research Associate, awards under Biotechnology Innovation Grants, BIRAC, Government of India, several research publications in reputed international journals. His expertise lies in transforming scientific ideas into commercially viable technologies, making him an ideal expert for today's session. Sir, we are truly honored to have you with us today. I now would request Dr. Ishu Singhal to kindly take over the session and share valuable insights with us. Over to you, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Ishu Singhal, and let me share my screen so that we can start. We can start. So this next screen is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it was you, Mr.
Okay. So now, today we will be discussing about the process of innovation development, technology readiness level, commercialization of lab technology, and tech transfer. The main purpose of this session is to understand how an idea moves from the lab to the visible product, process, platform, or any kind of technology. So when I say that, it doesn't mean that a lab can be a very high-end laboratory initiative. So it can be your own office, it can be your own workspace, a small reference room, where you can create your own concepts. Now, and for the technology, it should not be developed as a very high-end technology that is electronics or biotechnological process. It can be anything. Even a small FMCG glass can be taken as a technology. Now, so we often focus strongly on innovation, publication, experiments, or prototype development. But the real challenge starts after that. The question is, how do we convert the lab idea into something that can be validated and even protected from plagiarism, transferred, adopted, and eventually commercialized? So in this talk, I will cover three connected areas. First, we will discuss the innovation development process, how to move from problem identification to a real intangible or it might be tangible concept, a prototype, and then this development. Second, we will discuss about TRL, that is technology readiness level. to measure the maturity of the technology. It helps us understand whether a technology is good and the idea stage or a proof of concept stage or a prototype stage or it can be deployed as it is. In the third part, we will discuss commercialization and technology concept. So that's a very interesting part. Once we have developed new technology now, we have to reach the proof from it. And for that, we always have to focus on commercialization and the tech transfer to customers. So how that technologies can be licensed, converted into real startups and developed through industry partnership with proper IP. IP means intellectual property rights and documentation we will discuss. So now coming to the outcomes. So I believe that after this session, I will keep it short and then we will discuss. So after this session, I think that you will be able to understand that if you have an idea, then how you can use this TRL technology, artificial intelligence and even automation and digital tools to reduce the development cycle and get that idea of work in the market as soon as possible. So that's we will understand the innovation development pattern. This means the pathway from identifying a real problem. A real problem is very essential. See, if you want to sell something that is not required by a client, then they will not purchase it. So you have to identify that what the real problem you are identifying. And the second is you will understand how to apply the TRL, technology readiness model. This kind of chart is kind of a measuring skill of your own performance about how much and at what scale my technology or my idea, my product is ready. Now, sometimes people say that TRL is the measuring chart is only for very high technological kind of products, but it is and it can be adapted for any kind of product and any kind of market. Third, we will identify the evidence required to move from one level to another. If I have an idea, then it will be very much lucrative for me. But there should be some kind of evidence, there should be some kind of validation that yes, I have now achieved at this TRL level 1 or 2, what will we discuss that? We will when we will come to that chart. What we will discuss about this AI or using but specifically how to use it for our startup development and product development and how we can reduce our development cycle time. And we will discuss about different types of commercialization. Now we have development, now how to license, how to create a startup, and how to make activities. And lastly, how to protect our idea, concept or product plagiarism, to prepare IP and to ensure technology transfer very protective. So that will be now the department is a process of innovation development and technology development. So the subtitle here is very important. How to move from idea to evidence, from evidence to transfer a prototype in research. See, whenever you have some kind of concept or a solution to a problem, then we work on it. And that work is called as research. You have to find a way to make it scalable, reproducible, and to build it in a cost-effective manner. So there should be a trade-off. From that, after that, ideas alone are not enough. So a technology must generate anyone. Everything, as I already mentioned before, that there should be a evidence-based market that yes, we have achieved this, and now we can call ourselves that we are TRL 7 ready technology. We are TRL 8 ready technology. See, these TRL levels are so much important And why these are important? Because when you have AI, then you have to go for some kind of funding. It can be through VC, venture capital fund, it can be a government support, it can be a grant, PPP, even any kind of funding. For that, you have to tell me, you will ask me a single question and a very simple as what you are level or you are at. And they will not just listen to your, they will see the evidence that yes, you have actually achieved those milestones. And after that, they will judge you and they will, if interested, then you can deliver that transfer funding. So this is the innovation development pipeline. The first step, we have already discussed about this. The problem identification. See, problem identification is very much important if you really want to deliver an answer. You must ask, what real problem are we solving and for whom? If technology may be scientifically interesting, but if it does not solve a meaningful problem, then commercialization becomes very difficult. In exceptional cases, you create something that is not even required, but even then, in that case, it takes a lot of time. So, big companies want to success sometimes move the crowd as per their product via marketing, but it requires new resources. So it is not to do it, as I already said, commercialization might become difficult and not impossible. So if we are starting someone, why to go to hard to identify the real problem and identify the target customer, solve the problem, create the demand, let's get to it. That is what we do. Second step, the opportunity methods, market needs that, how much market need that product, and what is the activity scientific that, and what is the industrial requirement currently you need. So, for example, the opportunity may come from a clinical problem, the manufacturing whatever is sustainable requirement, the regulatory need, the customer going on any kind of bottleneck can be there. You solve it and get it. Established concept development. Now we have the problem, we have the opportunity, develop a concept, and this is to convert problem into possible solution. This means we take product idea, take formulation to product idea can be any kind of product that's nothing can be. And now formulation is a recipe. Kind of formulation like FMCG product, they go to liver chips, therapeutics, antimicrobial coatings, low cleaners, any kind of product. Then process flow, device architecture, a diagnostic flow, and a software available to it. Yeah, of course we are seeing a lot of startups coming up. With different kind of software available platform, delivery platform, tax delivery platform, different kind of software available platform. Now, fourth step is digital value. I'm talking about digital value because it's easy and it can be done from the backend and it can be done through AI system screening as well. So, before going towards the lab trial or prototype testing, whatever concept you have developed, try to find out that what exactly it means. That this is true. Without spending too much money on physical trial, you can literally use literature review, take and scan, you can do simulation, you can do chat for the market benchmarking. This will help us allow repeating the known work. So it will be another you can study that rather the concept you have designed or you have thought of is already not being done by anyone else like So that's what we can measure with these TRL gateways. The seventh step is the pilot readiness package. This includes data, SOP, SOP standard operating protocol, safety, compliance, IP commercial law. No, see, the thing is, once we have our directive, now we have, we should get, our technology with complete documentation data. So the product you have developed is reproducible. This includes different kind of commercial law. Last is commercialization and transfer. Which may happen with efficiency, startup formation, joint development, manufacturing partnership, or deployment. So innovation development is not a random journey. Okay. And the success depends on how structured the plan and how structured you move forward with your mission. So, yeah, of course, if anyone thinks let's invest and let's for this, I have an idea and I don't have any money. And how I can do it is of course possible and it is really possible within even a short period of time. Only if you follow the protocol. And this is because of the development and then commercialization. So it is a structured pipeline from problem to adoption. Now, let's discuss about that remaining scale we were discussing, the technology readiness gap. Now, this is not just on the side of technology. Technology is a maturity scale. NASA, I think that most of people know about NASA, the aeronautical society of America. They have developed this chart for their own use. That if they develop some kind of satellite or station or anything, then they can say now it is ready to launch. So, with TRL 1 being the lowest and TRL 9 being the highest, we can judge our product that whether it is now ready to be deployed or it still needs some tweaks and polish. I don't know you might know about IRBC. It's a government organization. You don't have to invest your money in our current ecosystem is supporting young minds if they have good ideas, they will capture me and they will fund me. I myself in my early graduation is secured some funding. I just had an idea and I told the government and they funded me from 5 CR. So that's a very good. So you can, if you have just an idea, go for it. Now the TRL2 is the concept formulation. Here it means initial lab data that concept from one. You have some rationale of your concept here in the TRL2. So if you have an idea and you have some feeling that yes, it might work, TRL3, this is the experimental proof of concept. Now here, and here the level could get decided whether the concept can actually work or not. So, let's take an example for that. We will not continue with the floor cleaner example. If you have some kind of remote protected floor cleaner idea and you make it in your home and it works, then the concept will work and you are at the fourth is lab validation. It's repeatable. You have to make that product again and again. You should have the documents available with you, the repeatability that's important. One successful result is not enough. You need repeatable result. Baseline safe, preliminary, standard, and practice. For example, this is the lesson. This will have to have test, this will have to have second, this is the amount, and then you will have to put it in the freezer or read it, then you have it, you will make the standard, and then you can see it now with back on it. Now this product you are using, it is using in your home. Then you add the sample and then you create some sample like 4 or 5 samples, you have very good. But now So if you have a product and then you sell that sample or don't sell, even for the demonstration sample, you give it to the relative and known. They test it, they give you a feedback, then you improve the product or to move as per the feedback without any emotional feedback. Once it is validated, once you tell them that what is working and I am now willing to purchase this, then the validation will have a feedback. Sixth is the demonstration. Demonstration now you have to do 50%. Right, always. Right. One is might be you want to manufacture 2,000 liters. Not 2,000 liters. That will similar manufacturing might not be this, in a household setting. So you will be using contract manufacturing. You will be using some funds. And then you will be using to handle how to handle those advanced chemicals and how we will handle the disposal, how we will handle the packaging and transporting, distribution, etc. So all these things are in the order exists. You have to list it, nothing to seven is the system dimension, operational. The system dimension in an operational environment, this is real condition, feel like a boat. You make this in real setting. Let's say $500. Yes, it's a pilot dimension. If you are targeting for around $50,000, one lakh, you will not jump. You will take some sample, initial sample, that will go to pilot. Pilot means initial. With real users or real. And then we take that with the system complete and forward. Now you have run your pilot demonstration, you have successfully sold your 500 bottles, you have the money to take the business levels. Now you can do that. Your target of 1 lakh already 80,000 bottles. And you have your documentation complete. Recipe, IP exploration, all these things. What is the actual cloud? TRL9 is the actual tool in operation. So, as we have taken an example of FMCG product. So, in this case, once we have our ready and we are running our business and we just run the acceptance pattern and our order and now we are continuously synthesizing the manufacturing data. Now we are in so this is the actual measuring scale vector of the PR. That what exactly level you are at, and you are PR level you are at, more funding and more interest from the different stakeholders. So there is a misconception. Not this misconception are already clear. This PR is only for technological not for capabilities provided as a supervising engineer because it can be adapted for formulation like we are looking at the biotechnological the even software enabled TRL is a naturally skill. Distribution learning, the power of we have, so that is a learning. Automation work, TRL is evolutionary, we are adaptable for automation. Scientific all these kind of things, these are the parameters that we can take. So the TRL framework is flexible. It should be adapted according to the nature of the technology. The movement is not available. The field is the evidence required at each moment. Now we have discussed this TRL level. You can say that if you are on TRL level 9, you are already earned. But to achieve that state, we can say that we we are now in this artificial intelligence era, so we can use it. But using AI as a tools that we have to use, but not as a substitute for real human safety availability for each other. See, AI can tell you that what would be the recipe for this product, but the real sensory experiment can only be judged by a user or even yourself. But AI cannot tell you that what exactly the feelingness of it, or what is the taste of that product, and what is the feel of touch. So this thing cannot be AI generated. Yeah, what AI can do? Master literature, second, how to draft it, how to write it, what are the compliance, how to fix it, digital marketing, that can be suggested by the computer technology, what are the competitions from the design, and for the design and even cost these kind of things AI can help. But to cannot replace the actual testing and cannot tell you that what exactly the long and stable can be and how to improve and how to even manage your human resource, so it can help. So the key message is here that yes, AI can reduce trial and error, but AI advancement still requires physical, experimental and documentation evidence. Now once we have our all the things on paper, now we have to pass. AI is one that it can tell you that how to document and how to design these recipes. But sometimes you don't have the capacity to buy these chemicals or to buy these workflows. And you don't have the access of the labs. The sample preparation, acoustic labs, electronics lab verification, there are so many things. There are so many developments. What those kind of things, practical automation, that's it. Now, their automation, what I mean is actual hardware automation. There are systems available that you might not be aware of. That takes your protocol. Protocol is like what I want to say. Let's take that example again. Upload your example. Now I have the recipe, but I think that how to make that clear. Now it needs precise weighing. That suppose I have to measure this 10 ml of this chemical and this 20 ml of this component. How do I do it? And I don't have access to the beakers and the containers and all these. So what I can do, I can use automation, the perfect research organization to make it. So if the protocol is executed manually, we may only know finally. But if the workflow is automated and physically involved, we can know what happened at each other. The time, the temperature, the volume, operator input, instrument reading, emission, we can calculate that. If you have seen some YouTube short, you might have seen large manufacturing facilities where these chips, potato wafers are being manufactured and they have that automation line. Now that automation line is for handling the manufacturing at large scale. But now the new systems are available that allow you to test your idea on the smaller scale. So that's it. 1 liter test you can use your automation service and they will give you the actual very sample as collected. And the protocol design you can use fast development platform, so yeah, internal lab, RDS program, use a general internal lab, digital platform, HGP partners and industry leaders. So by combining the collaboration and by using the holistic approach, we can make see what we are discussing. We are discussing Once we have the product, then only we can go for commercialization. So, there are the product development, how it can be developed easily, reproducible, cost effectively, and fast. Ready development. So for that, it depends on what you do. So if you have some kind of FMCG formulation product, you can use automation. You can use your own features, you can use your own content. If you have some kind of, let's say, mechanical, use rapid prototyping. Even pretty quickly, like 15 something like that, you can get it really good. And then you design it to life, and use the 3D for actual electronic device models that very easy. So, and for those parts, we will do those kind of sugar. We have CR leading and the partners. Here, CR is contract research organization, and CDMO are contract development and manufacturing organization. Here, we can support validation, stability study, and any kind of that. And even we can provide some help as per your own recipe, and then we take that and re-ideate. Then if you would have already discussed this for the speaker application, it is very important to bring file development, user data, for development, and for licensing discussions. Sometimes what we do, we don't have capacity to make, you have to we have a pilot prototype about somebody, scale it up. Now we have to find the prototype. But now you want to just get rid of the 5,000 or something. What are you doing? Just keep that all the way. And then you can write up the licensing, brand, and that's what you do. You have all the things you can get it. AI and simulation stuff for your software stuff. You can optimize digital business, creative prediction, you have a good software related or some kind of type of development simulation. You can use simulation stuff. So now, here, one more important thing that fast development is doing evaluation. If you have to do evaluation, means doing evaluation in a structure and faster by using that. So, as we were talking about this automation program, this is the automation program, and here, this is a complete CR validation where we can submit your process and they will use the automation system and provide it. Sometimes free of cost and sometimes they charge you. It depends on what other things you have. So, we can create structure workflow. If you have any idea in this field, and when the idea is clear, then you can have the product. But if you have some kind of mechanical product, like electronics product, or if you want to design a smart watch, then probably might not be a good idea. Then you can contact, there are other platforms, they provide free trading services, online platforms. You submit your design, you will build the actual design and will deliver it to you. You don't want to purchase I don't want to do it. Don't want to, if you don't have a money, you can just come to it. But if you have some kind of formulation related, drug related, FMCG product you want to develop, any kind of food product you want to develop, or formulation, vaccine, then you can take it as a product. And we are a product. Now, the governance model. Reaching higher TRL level is not a technical issue. It is also a governance issue. The first part is the governance issue. Every project should become, TRL rated as we have already discussed. But the middle should not be technical. It should be commercial aspect as well, intellectual aspect as well, and regulatory as well. as we have already discussed about that, you have to see if you have a formulation that is novel, then you might be interested in saving that person. You want to, people not to improve and plagiarize your so you might keep them popular and you will not contribution. So that should also be enough to not the technology. So, this is important because if you don't follow these governance models, the innovation can otherwise become very overwhelming. Teams will continue without working real milestones. You have those real milestones like we have to file a payment, we have to file one design payment. We have to test 10 users. We have to test 500 users. Those should be those specific milestones and it should include each and every aspect of your business model, not just the product. Because product development is a very small part. The real part are commercial, regulatory, compliance, market, distribution is a whole part. There are so many things happen. So you have to account each and everything one by one and with the definite information. So now, coming to the second part. So if you have any question or any doubt or any idea you want to discuss, you can come to me. Any idea, any kind of problem or anything you want to develop that you just have an idea that there is a problem you are facing or maybe not being able to take your staff then you can ask. Okay, so let's move to the part two, the commercialization of gas and diesel transfer. So up to this point, we discussed how to develop a technology and move through TRL. Now the question becomes, now how do you convert it into a protected partner and market development? So this is the most important part. Because any technology are sometimes scientifically very strong, but commercially they may have good data, but no event like no commercial model, no partners, no transfer value, and the market. Sometimes that innovative development level, but unable to show the distributing partnership sometimes really high-end technology, but unable to scale up the funding of two aspects. So commercialization is not a solution. It's a structured process. Now this process involves commercialization and regulation. So this is the commercial pathway. There are multiple commercial pathways as we discussed. It is not a single track. Here, first we do transaction. From license. Now if you want to license your technology, not just to one part, to multiple partnerships, or if you want to deploy it in a different country, in that case, you should have taken like of that. You don't have to become like the advantage is fast. Let's say if you have a big flow and you don't know how to scale it, what you can do is you take level and then you say that we take this product, we have this technology and this is more advanced than your current product. And this is the technology that you can license that and they will pay you and even they will secure your long-term life cycle if you keep that license non-exclusive. Nothing that it can lead to faster market and lower control. So that is one thing. If you develop it and license it to somebody and exclusively and then they don't do it, that is not it. Control is there. But for faster marketing, this will work. Secondly, is the startup. You open a startup, build a company, hire a block code, start spending anything, you have a good idea, as I told you, the current ecosystem is highly supporting the startup community. Even if you have the TRL, you can get a company. There are so many schools. Currently, I think that BIG scheme from Bharat is open. I'm not sure that you can always get and you can always come back. That how to make it bigger to know you want to apply for that way. I can do that. And yeah, they will be provided. To provide just to let you know, and doctors or executive members or post-graduate students. If you have you should decide what should be licensed and what should be as licensed. The Coca-Cola formulation is not suitable. It is what you have kept as a trade secret. Okay, so they are not, they have mentioned their ingredient, what ingredient is added, how much, and at what stage of their formulation, and one of the and how you should recommend internally or you should go for some kind of external. So these kind of questions you should be asked whenever you start doing something. So now you can just pick up one idea, assign currently and working after and even after the operation. This is usually this is your benchmark for your own auditing process. Okay, so this is when case study
Thank you.
I have already told enough. So now, any questions? Any kind of patent filing problem or any kind of query, any idea you might be having? Anything?
So one question that we can ask you is, how does intellectual property affect technology?
Actually, the voice is very, very less. So what you can do is, can you write your message in the chat? I have seen. Maybe it might be a problem at my side, I'm not sure. Maybe you want to in the chat, you can write it up, or maybe you can write it up. I'm not sure what you can do.
Sir, I shall send you the questions and you can...
Yeah, please.
Sir, I shall share the questions with you, whatever they have, and...
The voice is really, really good.
Sir, I shall share the questions with you later on and you can guide them, or if they want, they can get connected to you.
Maybe.
So I shall share the questions with you later on.
Yeah.
And
these questions?
yes, sir.
Okay. The questions that was in the presentation, right?
No, sir. The questions the students are having. I shall share with you later on, and if the students want, we can arrange another session and we can connect with you.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
We can get another session, or maybe if anyone wants to visit and they really want to, we can do that.
Yes, sir, sure.
We have our so because when you want to visit and see the actual development, they are good. They can always visit and they are always welcome. And if they are having some problem with patent filing, we will be the assistant.
Yes, sir, sure. I'll just let them know. If anybody comes to me for your contact, I'll share the same.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So nice having this session with you. So,
Respected Dr. Ishu Singhal, I will On behalf of Nityavattam International Business School, I express our sincere gratitude to you for taking out valuable time.
In a world where machines are taking over routine tasks, creativity is what truly sets us apart. In a world where machines can calculate faster than us, analyze better than us, and even learn faster than us, what makes us irreplaceable? The answer is creativity. As automation and AI continue to take over routine tasks, what remains uniquely is our ability to think differently, solve problems creatively, and adapt to change. And that's exactly what today's theme highlights: the purpose of work, creativity as the most valuable skill. Whether it's law or management, creativity is no longer just an added advantage, it has become a necessity. And to guide us deeper into this idea, we are truly honored to have with us someone who exemplifies excellence, expertise, and innovation in the field of law. Before we move forward, allow me to take a moment to introduce the institution that has made this event possible. Geetharattan International Business School, established in 2004, GIBS has been a beacon of academic excellence and professional development. Affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh University, Delhi, and approved by the All India Council for Technical Education and the Bar Council of India, GIBS offers a range of distinguished programs including MBA, MBA International Business, MBA Integrated, BBA Honours, BLLB Honours, BALB Honours, and LLM. With an unwavering commitment to education and research, GIBS has consistently been recognized for its excellence and has been rated A by NAC in its third cycle. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our today's esteemed guest of honor, Advocate Mr. Avinash Sharma, an advocate and record in the Supreme Court of India since 2014. Sir has begun practicing law since 2006, specializing in litigation, arbitration, and competition law. He has also served as panel counsel for the Competition Commission of India and is associated with several prestigious institutions. He has represented clients across more judicial and quasi-judicial bodies, including the Supreme Court, High Court, NCLT, and NCLAT, with his work reflected in numerous reported judgments. Academically, he has been associated with renowned institutions such as Harvard Law School and the Hague Academy of International Law, and has received several national and international awards. So, we are truly honored to have you as today. Now, without taking much time, I would like to invite Mr. Avinash Sharma to share his valuable insights with us.
Thank you, Arun, for your kind remarks. Am I okay?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, so World Creativity and Innovation Day, right? That's a day we are celebrating, and we are supposed to talk about the purpose of work. That's a topic which has been we have chosen to discuss, and within that, the purpose of work, what we are trying to discuss, creativity and the most valuable skill. Now just do take fragmentation of this, and please interrupt me at any point of time for any question, any clarification, any introduction to any kind of introduction. Please do it. I don't intend to make it a lecture so that I am speaking for 1 hour and then we have to go back for questioning. So just feel free to ask anything at any point of time. I would be most welcoming any kind of question. Okay?
Yes.
So the purpose of work. We all do some kind of work every day, right? As a law student, as a faculty, as a practitioner, as a judge, as a officer, whatever we do, right? Or supporting staff, we all are supposed to do certain things every day, which we, as a human being, have some kind of work, right? So even as a student, when we are pursuing something, when we are sitting in classroom, when we are sitting in library, or we are doing some internship, at the end of the day, we are working, right? It is altogether different aspect that the student may say that we are studying, we are not working, right? But scientifically, right, we are actually working. Anybody in this world is trying to do something, right? And when we are trying to do something, we call it work. It could be paid work, it could be unpaid work, it could be, you can imagine as a student that, okay, we are studying, so we are not working, we are just concentrating on our studies. But again, that is a work. Somebody, a lawyer, the question is they do work and they get the remuneration, they get the fee, they get the honorary, right? But it may be even unpaid. So the paid or not paid is altogether different aspect. The first thing we need to understand that what we all are doing is working. Even an interactive session which we intend to do in the next 1 hour will also work. Now the question is, we must ask ourselves at all point of time, what is the purpose of this work? Because that is very important. Somebody who is unemployed, even that person is doing something from morning to evening. So what we need to ask, what is this purpose of work? And that we need to constantly reminding ourselves that what we intend to do, right? So here, the issue of creativity comes in. So the first, or working, okay, we are working. When we are working, then we need to figure out what is the purpose of, what might be the rationale, why I am doing it. That is something we must always ask, whatever we do, right? So the purpose, if we are aware of the purpose, supposing you have come to the law school today, right? So the purpose is what? To attend the class, to meet your friends, to sit in the library, to interact with the faculty, to attend some lecture, to attend some seminar, or anything. So we must ask ourselves that what is the purpose of coming to the law school, right? One might say, why we are going to law school, so the purpose is very clear. We all want to become a law graduate. Now we should ask yourself, in order to become law graduate, it is necessary to come to the law school, it is necessary to clear the exposure exam, it is necessary to participate in XYZ co-curricular activities, say group or seminar or presentation or viva or whatever. So purpose we must always keep in mind. If there is no purpose, most of the time we end up doing nothing in sense of purpose. Even if we do, and if we don't do anything, even then we are doing something. But then that becomes aimless. When there is no purpose, then we end up questioning ourselves at evening that what we have done today. Okay? So, purpose has to be keep in mind at all point of time that why I am doing it, what I am doing it, for whom I am doing it, what I am going to do, and who is doing it. Since we are doing it, so it is important to understand this purpose. Now, so the purpose of work is always there. Right? By and large, even if we inform ourselves, even if we don't communicate ourselves, by and large we are aware of one purpose. So what purpose? Whatever we do, we are doing. Now, here, if we are aware of this, if we are conscious of the fact that what we are going to do, then the question of creativity comes. Right? So creativity is something which will come once you are aware of what is the purpose. If you are aware of the purpose, then you try to do it on everyday basis, every hourly basis, every weekly basis, monthly basis. So then something which we do every day, then we start calling it, oh, it's a me. Because it's a me, it's a part of my daily habit that I'm coming to law school every day, I'm attending 4, 5, 6 classes, and then I'm also doing some research in the library, I'm getting jobs done, or I'm meeting my faculty. The faculty will say, my role is, okay, you come to the law school, be, purpose could be the teaching. There could be other purpose as well. It could be research. It could be collaboration. It could be monitoring. It could be tutoring. It could be guiding. It could be any kind of mentoring. It could be academic collaboration when two faculty people collaborate and they try to produce some kind of article or research paper or some kind of art-making, peer-reviewed, some kind of article. So we all are aware of what we are doing in the routine manner. Now, the question of creativity will come when we try to do whatever we do in our life, try to become creative. Now, what is this creativity? Whatever we do, we learn every day. Why the focus should be on creativity? And why we talk about this innovation? Right? We all understand what we do, whatever we have to do. But how come innovation and creativity is coming to the picture? Anybody wants to just make any comment so far? So, creativity, or I would say the innovation, just try to understand as a lawyer, the philosopher, this creativity and the innovation, we won't be finding any kind of the basis, any kind of, I would say, law actually is not encouraging you to do innovation or creativity. Law, to a great extent, will try to regulate that innovation or try to regulate that creativity. But by itself, law is not going to allow you, law is not going to encourage you to do any kind of creativity or innovation. The people who is having a background of say intellectual property, they will say that if I do some innovation, there are laws, say copyright or the patent or the trademark or the edition or semiconductor or industrial design of any kind of. But it is not actually, if you have done it, nobody is saying that you should do it. Once you have done, then certain legal regime will come into the force. For example, the person is writing a piece of paper, and person may say, I have a copyright over it. Somebody may be very creative, somebody may create some kind of particular of anything, law firm or say law school or university or say any institution or any organization. So what you try to do? You have done some kind of creativity, right? So the law is there to protect. The law is there to regulate. You can say, okay, if you have made something XYZ feature design type of thing, a particular logo, you will say, I will get protection under say the trademark. Or you may have come out with some invention, some kind of innovation which is having a utility, or which may have some kind of industrial application. So if you satisfy the criteria of getting a patent, be the process or be the product, the definition which we have in section 2 of the Patent Act. So if you are doing some kind of thing, you may get protection under the Patent Act. Now, but all these patents or say copyright or the trademark or something is good. It is actually regulating, it is regulating and protecting something which we have done as a human being. Right? Now, the question is, really, the law is encouraging you to do it? The scholars may argue that the very incentive of giving this protection under different IP regime, different intellectual property regime is and incentivizing you to do something, and what you get in return, you get protection under the copyright act, you may have a protection in the trademark act, you may have a protection in the Patent Act for the next 20 years, right? The copyright may have a life of the 60 years, trademark it can go perpetually. So
we do, we should do some kind of creativity. Now, what creativity we can think about? Okay. Creativity in simple terms, one going to any jargon, one going to any definition. Creativity, we as a human being understand something which we are in a position to do. People say shortcut. People may say we are trying to do it in a very innovative manner. Somebody may try to say that we are trying to do it in a very efficient manner. Suppose you take for example that today we have to attend this lecture. We have an option to come to the hospital and we also have the purpose of it. Then we try to figure out whether I am trying to become creative. Now take a advancement of technological evolution. 30 years back, we were not having kind of a Google when we were in law school. Something trying to find out on Google was regarded as very, very efficient. It is very, very creative that if I am in a position to find out something on, say, from Google, so it is regarded as even typing on the computer was regarded as something as a good tool. People used to have a highlighter and then the computer key, when we were in law school, we would call it 1 and 2. I still remember most of us, rather none of us in the classroom was having a computer. So we used to go to the, say, some cyber cafe or some computer shop and try to get things typed, right? For the purpose of assignment or say research or project report or something. I still remember when I was in my first semester, I was preparing an assignment on Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The first semester as it was clear law student, when we were not even aware of this concept of copy and paste. But we learned that okay, you can type on when you do the cyber cafe, you can type also. I still remember I spent almost a week going to the nearby cyber cafe for 2 hours and 3 hours a day. And what I was doing is very funny. What I was doing, I took one book from the library and I found there is a Universal Declaration of Human Rights running into 6, 7, 8 pages. So for the whole 1 week, I put that book in front of the computer and I was typing it. So I must have spent 15 to 20 hours for that typing Universal Declaration of Human Rights from the whole computer, and I make a few lines here and there and submit it to my teacher. I passed the exam, I got the whatever grade. But keep in mind what skill I learned, at least to type on the computer. I was not aware of you can go to the Google. After first semester, in second semester, we got to know if you find something on Google, you copy it and paste it in your MS Word. That learning came to me when I was in my second semester. Right? So I realized the 15 hours which I spent on typing something on computer, because the most stupid things to do, when they go to the Google, copy a particular text, running into 4 pages or 400 pages, and you paste it on your desktop. So I would say that creativity, which came to me from first semester to second semester, it is very stupid to type out this typing. If you are simply typing the text, this is very copy and paste, you will go it will have a job. So what I was doing for 15 hours, maybe absolutely stupid things to do. But you will become creative once actually you start working yes, I spend 14 hours on it. Whether there is a purpose of work, absolutely. I was preparing an assignment in order to pass my exam, in order to submit to my university, for which I have chosen this topic in commercialization. So work was there, purpose was also there, but whether it will be creative, according to me, creativity which I learned is that I started writing on the project. Right? So the creativity next semester came into that instead of doing this writing, I can do copy and paste. And even if I spend out of those 15 hours, even 5 hours analyzing that and trying to provide my input to text, the primary text which I was reading. So that was something creativity come in the second semester that I learned copy and paste. Now come back to 2026. If today, any one of us, let's assume we are supposed to deliver a lecture on this universal declaration of human rights. By and large, most of the stuff which we intend to speak is already there in the public domain. Right? So it is not something that I must go to the library and we must get that universal declaration of human rights in the physical form and try to read it. What is that law? How that law has evolved? How different views has commented on that text? And this is applicable to anything that we do. The people who will make commentary on it, the people who has critically examined it. So forget about those typing, forget about those computer, forget about those book. If you do today, any kind of business that which you do, be it a computer or be it a laptop or be it a iPhone, it all are there in that. As a media practitioner, we need to figure out how to use this technology, how to make ourselves more creative, right? We are working fine with the purpose, it is fine. We must be creative. And the creativity is something which has to remain constant. Meaning that every time we need to innovate something which I was doing in 15 hours, just trying to write the text, using AI, I can use the same thing, I can bring better output in 1 hour. So we need to ask ourselves, out of the routine life, something, if I can do the same stuff, I am reducing time. If I want to reduce the time, we understand we have to do some innovation. Right? Anything, any wonderful thing which has happened to the humanity is by way of some kind of innovation, all kind of invention, all kind of product, or any kind of process. And the end of the day, it's a product of some kind of innovation which has been done by somebody who was not interested, I would say who was lazy, not to do the same thing in the most routine manner the way we understand. It's a very simple. I'm giving another example. Around 25 years ago, when I was in law school, so one student in the class is going to prepare the notes, who is having a book and writing. And most of us, classmates, is going to do and going to do that jobs. We photocopy that notes, we being circulated to everybody in the classroom. The idea was, okay, in order to pass the exam, somebody has to prepare a very good note. So everybody should get benefit of it. So it was also on the basis of reciprocity. So one student is sharing his or her notes in particular subject, another student is also doing in some different subject, some third student will try to prepare that notes on something else. And then we end up circulating all these notes to ourselves. Today, whether that is the position, the with our friend and try to either note it down, right? Or borrow that notebook for 2 days so that he or she can memorize it. Then we have this Xerox. Then we have something called WhatsApp, in which you are just making a note in 20 days and you are circulating it with them. So you don't go to the Xerox shop, you don't get the note to the stand and you use it. Now come to the present days. So any exam, so IP or a competition or CRTC or evidence or those students or anything, the only thing which you need to do is devote a particular number of hours to that subject and your notes are almost ready. You take a PDF book of say 500 pages and different tools in the AI, you can get a summary of that book in 5 pages or 10 pages or 20 pages, depending on how much you want to read. We as a lawyer, and we end up say drafting or we end up doing this research. So the case which is running into say 500 pages, we have this traditional method of understanding headnotes. But let's assume some person is preparing that headnote who has meticulously spent hours and hours and days to perhaps prepare that headnotes, which is giving you a good insight into what the journey will follow. Though everybody says that we must read the entire judgment, but then as a busy practitioner of law or as a student, you try to get a sense from the headnote. And what is headnote is, some expert has already applied his or her mind and tried to figure out what the journey will follow. Now, today, with the help of technology, you have a judgment pronounced at 10:30 by the Supreme Court. At 10:40, you can get a summary of that judgment on the screen. And you can try to figure out what are the key points, what are the key arguments, what are the key takeaways, which are the judgments that are overruling, which are the judgments which are being distinguished in this particular piece. So that actually you can get by using all these kinds of technological innovation which we have over the decades. Right? Now, coming next, the question is whether this technology can supersede our brain. My own assessment is the answer is no. These technology, be it AI, be it any kind of technology which we are technological an author who is writing a book and who is taking help of these technologies. At the end of the day, that person, it's a whole and sole responsibility of that person because he is the author of it. So he can't write something, perhaps even if he has written, he must be in a position to support, he must be in a position to reason out what he has written in his text. It is not that we write something and then we follow it. If I have written a petition using all this technology, what would be the query of the judge? Right? I must be aware of. But I have written, I must be aware. In these days we are finding a lot of people that are using AI and they will do imaginary case law. Right? Imaginary case law means X versus Y, we don't know the citation, we don't know actually that case actually exists or not. But for the sake of the discipline, what we have created some judgment as pure treatment of information, which did not substantiate anything. So supposing I am writing this in any country, you go before the judge. And the judge is in a position to figure out whether a particular citation which I have given, it's completely erroneous, it doesn't exist, it is pure treatment of information. So it is not that pure mistake on the part of the lawyer or the student. At the end of the day, whatever we write, it is some total of what you know. And it is not just about the lawyers or the law students. We are coming out with a situation in which we have a judgment in which honorable judges have written certain citation, certain case law, which doesn't exist at all. So the mistake which we primarily find that in the law school we have all those intelligent software, we have many things to check and figure out that something which we have written, if we are not able to substantiate it, if we are not able to find out it is correct or not, the entire burden is on the person who is preparing it. Right? So in the law especially, whatever we prepare, it could be one page memo, it could be a petition, it could be an award, it could be anything. At the end of the day, the person who is making it is responsible. That person cannot take refuse that I have used XYZ technology or algorithm or kind of say artificial intelligence. So that has put me in that trouble. So keep in mind, as compared to any other professional, anybody who is doing law, anybody that person is preparing, anything that person is speaking or reading, that must reflect the sum total of his expertise, his competence, his integrity, his creativity, his innovation. One can't simply make a statement or write something without even realizing that what you have written, what you have drafted, or what you have written. So it's a very simple. The person who is making it needs to be held accountable, and that is indeed the case. More and more technology we are going to have into, more and more things we are going to find creative in nature. You see, it's very simple. There's something which is being done in a routine manner. And if I am able to do, if one can say that I am doing it smartly, so people may say, oh, this person is very creative. So what is this creativity? Something which is being done in the most routine manner by others. If I am able to do it by some kind of, say, innovation, some kind of industrial application, and some kind of thing which has not been done in the past. So that is what the creativity is going to bring, and that is what the technology is all about. It's a very simple. These machines, this technology is available human will remain to be mastered. It's a very simple, we are using this technology to have this kind of lecture. But we have to master it. By click of a button, we can do it. These machines cannot control us, right? That we must speak from the mouth. These machines can't tell us that I must provide A, B, C, D, E in my lecture. Because we do not. The natural human intelligence, right? And this artificial intelligence, we just try to understand from this perspective, the biggest danger is the more human intelligence is being stupid, more and more artificial intelligence is being analyzed. It's a conversely related to each other. I'm giving a very short example. We all have become accustomed of using the Google Map. Prior to that, when this technology was not there, we used to be aware of how to go to one place to another place. Right? And what we used to keep this technology. When mobile phones were not there, people used to have at least 10, 50, 20 different numbers, telephone numbers in their mouth. So if you have to call at your phone, you are aware of the number. If you have to call your office, I am not aware of the number. You were at least having 15, 20, 30 numbers which you were aware by heart. Once you have this technology of saving the number on your computer, I bet all of us will ask ourselves how many numbers here there are now. Perhaps 1 or 2 or 3. The people I have come across and I asked this question, most of you were not aware of what you are doing. Why? Because we are getting too much dependent on technology. Right? So much so that if somebody asks you, I would say then we start looking at outdoor. Right? Whether it's a hot or it's a freezing or it's a rainy, instead of looking outside, what we do, we end up looking at outdoor. So we have become so much so technologically dependent. Right? We can do technology, the way we have a recognition, T of say the Patents Act. So if I have to do it, I am giving this technology to the society, I am giving the benefit for the next 20 years and they patent holder. But I am giving it to the society for this trade-off that okay, after 20 years it will remain open. So whatever skill I have used in order to get that technology, that is going to come into the public domain after 20 years. So that the society should also get benefit. But at the same time, since I am the inventor, since I am the originator, since I am the author of that idea, so for the next 20 years, I must get some kind of reward. Some kind of reward in terms of money, in terms of recognition, in terms of sales production, in terms of anything. But okay, I have to do this. So in that sense, the mission will always there in order to create it. And so coming back to the topic, the creativity intensity involves some kind of innovation, which we do every day, but we are trying to figure out something special, which we are able to achieve by doing this kind of creativity. Right? Any question so far? I suspect I just have 5 minutes, so I would be happy to answer the questions. So far I don't find any comment, any suggestion, any interjection or any kind of question. So I would be more than happy if I can take 2 questions.
So we'll be having a Q&A session just after this. So students may ask questions in that.
Ishu Kumar, if you can be a bit louder, we are not able to hear you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, can you share us a one-real example of unethical practice in business and how it was handled?
Okay, unethical practice in what? Kind of writing or?
Sir, in business, in general businesses like
pick up the book, right? You write two pages by quoting it from that book. Answer anything. And then you tell your teacher that this is what is your original idea. When this idea is already there, when whatever you are planning, when you are written in 1, 2, 2 days, it is already there in some way. And then you say, I have not taken that from that very good. It is my original idea. Right? Unethical practice would be, ethical practice would be, if you sign that note, okay, I have gone through this exercise, or Apache or whatever book you have read, and from that book, that edition, that page number, I have taken this one wonderful product and I am really spoiling it. It's a good, and I have understood that it's a really something worth noting. This is really worth examining. This is worth discussing. You have taken a particular book, one paragraph, say something. Or let's take a situation that you have taken one paragraph from some judgment, rendered by some theory, and you have used it. The academic teaching and the research, what we have understood is that there is nothing wrong putting it. What you need to do in that paragraph, you start with a inverted comma and you finish with a inverted comma and say, cited in XYZ marker, book so and so, taking the so and so, finishing so and so. And once you have done that, you know that you can have your own thought in your own way, in your own language, under subscribing it, distinguishing it, not agreeing with it, partially agreeing with it, or saying it is a stupid idea because of A, B, C, D, E reason. If you do it, that's a very ethical, because you have used a particular kind of academic system. You have given full credit to the person from where you have borrowed. So this would be ethical. But if you don't do it, you have taken a particular paragraph of a book, as a not particular, and you say, this is my original idea, I have spent 2 days thinking about it, and then I have written it. And then you are not giving any kind of credits whatsoever from where you have borrowed it. So that will tend to amount to be unethical. It's a very simple. In a research, if you are quoting from a particular source, you say is a revision. But if you have taken the evidence of 20 different books or 10 different books and saying that this thought has also been said by A, B, C, D, E, fully recognizing your purpose, that this view has been expressed by this so in this book, in such and such judgment, also in this judgment, and these are the 5 people who have also commented on this thought in the past. So that will be regarded as scholarly writing, because you are having a background honesty of recognizing something which has been said in the past, by author A, author B, or author C. So I hope I am in a position to make that distinction between ethical writing and non-ethical writing. Any reaction from you?
Yes, sir, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comment, suggestion, interjection, reaction, or anything by anybody?
So we have a Q&A session right here. So just students may
Okay.
ask this question.
Just speak with louder.
Yes, sir. So, first of all, thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful
Your voice is not able to hear it. You can just make it louder. Yes, now I can hear.
Sir, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to ask that in today's world, artificial intelligence has emerged as an essential tool, but today's generation is simply overusing it. Earlier, by natural process, ideas and creativity comes to their mind. But in today's world, students are simply putting a prompt on artificial intelligence that how to do this particular thing. So you think that there should be a limit set on artificial intelligence for that particular purpose?
You see, the answer would be, you cannot judge restriction on technology. You must have to understand. Technology, be it AI or be it a Google or be it a computer or be it any kind of algorithm, each technology will always remain ahead of the regulation of the world. Technological innovation of the particular algorithm or AI that we are talking, it will always remain one step ahead of lawmakers. It will remain one step ahead of, say, policymakers and those who are trying to prepare some kind of law or regulation. And the judiciary will, of course, be remain behind for sure. So the technological challenges is going to come first. So if you say that there should be some kind of restriction, you can't have a restriction. At the same time, you can have a regulation. And I'm just giving an example. Let's assume I have given, let's assume I have given you to prepare a research paper or say assignment, right? Say one basic structure of the constitution. Let's take a basis. I ask you that please prepare a guidelines or something. Then what do you do by basic structure? Or I can see you go into the libraries and for hours you might understand that concept, you try to read through your papers, then you are writing practice. Another idea would be to just use ABC beyond technology, and within 10 minutes, you are giving me a wonderful, say, piece on summary of say basic structure. Now, I as a faculty must try to figure out from where I started my lecture. The purpose of that is, we have done what? We have spent 5 hours library, or we have said 5 minutes on AI, and we have got this structure. But I as a faculty, and you as a student, must have an idea that what the purpose of this assignment, the purpose of this work was, the student must be aware of what this AI technology, what this basic structure is all about. If you have understood that concept, if you have understood that concept by preparing that I-page note, somebody using my AI technology, if you are in a position to explain me that what we have understood in IGA, or any kind of say questionnaire, or any kind of say presentation, then the job is done. That my idea faculty was to inculcate and know that there is something called basic structure in what you have understood. Without using any note, without using any technology, if sitting face to face, if you are in a position to explain it to me. So even if you have done research on AI, so I told you that AI could be a good assistant, but AI can't be a master. So if I ask you a question, that the basic structure topic which I asked you to get an assignment, how many judgment or how many supplementary or acceptable, how many pages will go? If I'm asking, and what we have understood by this basic structure, or can you just give me an example of what would be the, according to you, would be the part of basic structure, safety, benefit, history, rule of law, data privacy, right? All these things. But if in order to answer this question, if you have not understood this question, you have just prepared that note, then it's not good. You have got, but the purpose has been completely deficient.
अब से उसमें भी हो रही है.
So lecture, which are told you, the thinking that we are doing wrong, but you must understand the purpose of it. So that purpose is getting completed if you have got 4 out of 5, because we have not been using the BCD technology. But when in a body I am asking you BCD particular question, and if you don't have an answer, so then it's a very simple. The purpose was not to learn that topic, the purpose was to comment, suggestion, interjection. So I think we can wind up. It was wonderful to be part of any Moscow initiative. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a...
Those who are interested may just write an email or text me at any point of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful and inspiring session. Your words have truly given us a new perspective on how creativity shapes careers. As we have winded up the Q&A session, now we come to an end of this session. So I would like to invite Parul ma'am for vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf
Can
of
we get louder? I cannot hear. Dr. Parul, I think.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is that audible, sir, now?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Vidakan International Business School, I, Dr. Parul Sharma, extend my heartfelt thank you to all who made the event success. My special thanks to our resource person, Dr. Avinash Sharma, for your valuable time and insightful words. We are truly honored by your presence, sir. And finally, thank you to our wonderful audience for your presence and participation. Let's carry the spirit of today forward. Thank you again and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parul ma'am. As we come to an end of the session, I would like to thank our esteemed guests, respected faculty members, and all the participants for joining this session. On behalf of Geetharattan International Business School, I extend my sincere gratitude to everyone present here. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Also fill the feedback form.
Guys, also fill the feedback form. Don't get not
Necessary for attendance.
and you may need
You all have to fill up the feedback form for your attendance to be marked for the event.
Today only.
everyone means everyone.
Okay, ma'am.
Feedback form.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone. You may